Welcome to Innovate presents Entrepreneurs in Tech. Today we're delighted to have our guest all the way from beautiful Romania. I bet it's a bit cold there, a little bit chilly. Mălina Turcuț, who is the executive leader. She have two leadership positions. She's extremely entrepreneurial, this young lady. An executive leader at PrimeDash. We want to know more about it. She'll tell us what PrimeDash is. I love the name. And she's also a co-founder of a tech, a startup called MLA MedTech. So obviously, probably the MedTech is something to do with medical. Mălina, first of all, pleasure to have you on the show, and thank you for making the time for us. I know we're in the U.S., you overseas in Europe. It's a bit late, but thank you for making the time. And if you don't mind, just give us a quick introduction about yourself before we dive into it.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for the invitation, Bob. I will tell a few words about myself. I'm a serial entrepreneur with ventures across several industries. I have started with oil and gas. Now I'm active in international transport, in MedTech and FinTech. I have spent about 10 years collaborating with one of the most largest international company globally in oil and gas. This was the period that shaped my business discipline and the long-term partnership mindset, to say like this. I have learned a lot from this period. I'm also expert with the Europe Innovation Council, participating in several programs they have for the startups. And I had the privilege to be a Forbes speaker at several international events where I spoke about innovation, financial market, and the entrepreneurship mindset, to say like this. So today my primary focus is in FinTech, where I'm helping scale PrimeDash globally and strengthen its position in a very high, as a very high impact technology company serving the SMEs in emerging markets and countries.
Mălina, before we go back, I would say you take us back to your early days, what got you started in all of this and become an entrepreneur. What did you do in the gas industry and how long you stayed there? So because I mean, that's a pretty interesting transition, being involved in the oil and gas and in Romania, especially. I don't know if it's known for that, but maybe you can shed some light on us.
Yes, of course. So I had my really first venture in entrepreneur sector, MC Premium Oil. I was very young at that time, just getting married with my son being only 1 year old. So it was not an easy period for me as a mom and young wife and young woman, to say like this. But an opportunity came because I was looking for a bigger challenge that can change a bit the direction where I was being, and it was this global player that was opening a chain of gas stations in Romania. So I took the chance. I was accepted, and I got in this partnership for more than 10 years, managing everything that was related to fuel, to food, to Horeca. We are having the restaurant inside the fuel station and so on. So it was a complex job. We had to respect everything was related to the corporate branding, discipline policies, internal policies. I've learned a lot about it.
Yeah, interesting. So you probably learned a lot about the energy because that's the energy business.
Too, yes,
Yes. Interesting. And maybe one day you'll combine that experience with what are you doing now? Scaling, scaling energy. And that's very important. Everybody looking to do that right now, especially with the new AI data centers. They need all type of supply, energy, and cooling. They need two things: energy to keep them running and supply them, and cooling to cool them down. All these machines. Well, let's talk about, so what got you, so I guess I cannot go back now because we knew what your background history is, oil and gas energy in Romania. And now what got you involved and started in, and tell us about PrimeDash and what's PrimeDash stand for and and also MedTech, the new tech startup called MLA MedTech. So obviously you're involved in two entrepreneurial company, two startups that involves technology, and I'm sure AI part of it.
So my move into FinTech wasn't something planned at all. It happened very simply. One afternoon, a consultant passed by my office in the fuel station, and just for a normal business conversation, while we were talking, he started telling me about PrimeDash. He was collaborating with PrimeDash, how great they were, what ideas they have, the potential behind what they are building, and the way they describe them really stayed with me. So I offered myself to help them with some intros, with some business intros, and that's literally how it started. Just offered myself to help with some connections, and everything developed from there step by step. That moment in 2020, that simple conversation was the beginning of my journey with PrimeDash. So this is how I started everything. Lucky for me, two of the co-founders were living in the same city with me in Oradea. It's a very small city in northwest of Romania. We met, we had the same energy, and we decided to collaborate together.
Amazing. And you sit on the board of PrimeDash?
I'm not on the board. We have a board of directors. I'm not in the board, but I'm one of the important executive in the company. I'm the CFO.
One of the executive leaders.
I'm the CFO.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
And the investor in the company too. I have invested in the company too.
Do you mind telling us what PrimeDash focus, because obviously it got you intrigued leaving a secure corporate position that you've been in it for a long time to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to take a leap of faith here to something that it's built in me. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I want to join a leadership position here at this startup company. And for a female, it's very important to me for a mom, a wife, and a female leader. So what does PrimeDash is all about, and what really got you excited about it to join them?
In that period, we have started with a virtual CFO. But because we saw that it's very hard to reach to the SMEs, we decided to go to the banks and start promoting to the banks and reach practically with the technology and help not only the SMEs but the financial institutions in the same time. But in the last years, we have pivoted. We still have in place, and we still have banks we are working with the financial virtual CFO, but we have pivoted in Middle East, and we are working now with Dubai government, Dubai SME, it's called, for the risk assessment. We are doing the risk assessment for the companies they are providing financial products to. And for the last 2 years, as I told you, we have started to work for a new product, which is really innovative and revolutionary. It's called PrimePay. I think it's the most exciting project I've ever been involved in because it represents what I love to call embedded finance 3.0. And this is something very new for the financial world. It's the moment when finance stops being a product by itself. It's part of the infrastructure of the business daily operationals.
PrimePay, very interesting. Now, would PrimePay also involve in the blockchain world, crypto?
No, has nothing.
Or only focus on banking?
It has nothing to do with blockchain. It's a kind of layer. It's an embedded finance solution ecosystem that integrates different players in it. So if we speak about embedded finance, I know it's very early to speak about a new embedded finance wave, to say like this, but embedded finance one was only to put a payment button in an application. For example, for the embedded finance 2 wave, we integrated the financial services into digital platforms, but embedded finance 3.0, in my opinion, goes far beyond that. It means the real time, the context aware financing woven directly into the supply chain, into trade, into logistics, into the day-by-day activity of the businesses. And finance happens at the moment of transaction, not after a few weeks in a bank counter, for example. So with PrimePay, to give you more details, we have built a first closed loop system of its kind. It's the first one globally, where the FMCGs, the distributors, the bank, and the SMEs are connected in one intelligent network. So everything communicates from finance to ERPs to B2B commerce, and the system understands the SME's behavior in real time. And now banks can underwrite the SMEs based on their actually behavior, what they actually do, not on the accounting, for example, because we know that in the emerging countries, companies usually use the accounting only to, I don't know, to do fiscal gymnastics or focus on tax optimization and so on. So we want to understand what's really happening behind that SME, so we can get in from the unbankable position in a bankable one.
And for our listeners, if you don't mind, clarify what SMEs stands for.
Small and medium enterprises.
Okay, small and medium enterprises. Okay, interesting, very interesting. And I'm sure something like this with PrimeDash and PrimePay and what are you guys offering should be something is a big hit for especially in the in the Gulf region. You know, Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait, and all of that.
Yes, we do. We have, for example, engaged in this project 3 big players. We have Coca-Cola, MasterCard, and in finance. Just a second, please.
No, please. Absolutely. Too much talking. I guess I need to slow down the questions.
So we have these 3 big players which are involved already in the project. We are live in Middle East, and we are starting to see the results, which is amazing.
Oh, congratulations. I see also invited to be, the Forbes Middle East Week, World of Economic Forums in Davos, also in January 26th. My God, that's a big, big thing. Can you tell us about that and how did they, what got you that amazing, honorable invitation? That's an amazing thing, actually.
Thank you so much. I was very well surprised too. I have been invited to several events by Forbes Middle East team. So this was a great surprise for me, and I'm looking forward. I will be in touch with policymakers, investors, innovators, leaders who are building the future and the economy. So this is a great opportunity to be there and interact with these great minds.
Absolutely. Yes, great mind, great leaders, amazing. And a representation of women leadership and women in FinTech. Now, extremely insightful and intriguing what you do at PrimeDash and what PrimeDash does on PrimePay and what does it bring into the FinTech ecosystem. Let's talk about your other MLA MedTech. What does MLA stand for? And you're one of the co-founders. And how did that came about first? If you can give us how did that transition from? And you still play an active role in PrimeDash, and you also play probably an active role in MLA as a co-founder.
Because I was used to be very active all the time. And I take advantage from all my time, so I like to be very active. So MLA.
Well, we're gonna get that. We're gonna get to that. How do you find time between a leader holding a big leadership executive position at 2 companies, plus being a mom, plus being a wife? That's also a full-time job.
Indeed, it's not easy at all. So MLA MedTech
No.
was born from a very real gap. The medtech startups have brilliant ideas, but no pathway in adoption to adopt. No access to hospitals, no validation. It's very hard for them to step into this market without previous experience. So I had this idea with a very good friend who is the exclusive distributor for Samsung Medical in Romania and Moldova. To invest in startups, we can help to understand. We can help them to understand the medical ecosystem and to penetrate it. So we built MLA to solve this problem. We connect the founders with clinicians, with hospitals, industry partners, with investors, and we invest in those startups too. But we are most focused on the startups that want to get into the Romanian market, or at least in the East European market in the beginning, and of course to scale from there, because there we have more open doors, to say like this.
So is that the focus of MLA MedTech, is to bring in investors who wants to be involved in the medical tech side, correct? From other regions or other countries.
But
I
we
see.
come with the know-how and we experience with the experience we are having in the medical sector, and my partner have a lot of experience because he's having over 20 years already in this sector, being with Samsung Medical partner.
So you work with a lot of hospitals.
Yes, we are. He's collaborating, and I'm more focused on the startup presentation material, financial projects. We are working together as partners.
In in Romania, or also, as you said, all over Eastern Europe.
All over Eastern Europe.
Interesting. Very interesting.
We
Okay,
connect. We
great.
connect with a lot of startups. I have a lot of startups that I'm working with, even with the European Innovation Council, and everything interesting for us, and we consider we can help. We help with pleasure.
You know, definitely you are, I would say, a great positive example for a lot of women, not just in Romania or Eastern Europe and rest of Europe and rest of the world, being, anything is doable, and you represent many positive, I would say, things. You know, you wear many hats, being a wife, being a mom, being a leader, being a co-founder, being an inspirer and a motivator and a speaker also. So, I like the roles that you play and you represent, definitely an idol for a lot of also the upcoming younger females who wants to follow in your footsteps. It doesn't matter what part of the world, it's possible. It's all in your head and it's all in your determination, I would say. But I'll let you answer that.
I have no answer to this. You have to so nice words for this. So you're
Well, I mean, you've been through the experience. You didn't give up. You worked for 10 years in the energy sector, oil and gas, and from there you pivoted to FinTech, and from FinTech, also as playing an important role, you involved in another medtech startups, which bring in investors from all over the world who wants to be involved with whether they have a product or money to be involved in Romania and rest of Eastern Europe.
It
Amazing.
was not easy at all. I mean, even when I was in the oil and gas sector, being young, being woman, everyone was first considering, what is this woman doing here? I mean, what does she know? I even have been to a very large SME event in Romania, and the guy that was standing next to me was managing the fuel transport company. And I said, hey, we are working with you. And he said, really? Yes, I'm managing this oil and gas station. And he was like, really? I thought you're having a cosmetic salon or something. Ah, uh-huh. Why? Because I'm blonde and I'm a woman. So that was a very funny moment to say like this that I will always remember because he was very honest when he saw me first.
Well,
I think
what's next for PrimeDash? I would say. What is the next move? Obviously, we're coming towards the end of the year. So, what's for New Year for 26 for MLA? Well, not MLA. Let's start with PrimeDash, then we'll speak about MLA MedTech.
yeah, for sure for PrimePay, PrimeDash, and my focus is going to be PrimePay because we want to scale it in as many regions as possible for 2026. We are talking about Pakistan, about Egypt, about Saudi, and maybe some other Central Asia regions. For Europe, of course, we have started the discussions for Europe for the same business model, and is going to be implemented in the beginning of next year. So PrimePay is going to be the next big thing that you'll hear about it for sure.
Amazing. Well, amazing. I love the name. It's very catchy, actually. Really catchy. Yes. And what's next for MLA MedTech?
For MLA in 2026, we hope to find as many founders and companies as possible that fits in our strategies, so to say like this. And I'm looking forward to work with them and to give them from my energy and my positive thinking.
I mean, no, we know what's next for you as far as the beginning of the year. You're invited to Davos to speak at the forum. So that's very honorable and amazing accomplishment. And what next do you have on the agenda for you, Mălina?
Traveling a lot, traveling a lot. We will have a lot of business meetings, opening the new markets, and I will have to travel quite a lot. To US for sure is going to be for next year too. We have some events, not yet confirmed, but we have them in our agenda, and we hope to get to everyone in all the places.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, Mălina, you got to give us your advice to a lot of the females out there, all ages, who inspired to be like you and follow in your footsteps. So, what's your advice to them? Especially some of the struggles these women come across or they anticipate to come across.
Well, it's not easy, but it's not easy for me, it's not easy for you, it's not easy for anyone. So the idea is that if you are taking the opportunity, all the opportunities, after, of course, you measure them closely, if you take the opportunities, it's impossible to lose something that was meant for you. So if you work hard when it's needed to work, if you study hard when it's needed for you to study, when you're in the university, when you're in school, for example, if you do your job where you are, it's impossible not to have success in this life. I mean, everyone appreciates a person who's hardworking, who's determined, who's very well organized. It's impossible for you not to have success. You don't have to listen for what others are saying. You don't have to follow the big dreams just to have money, just to spend for everything. You just have to stay focused. What you have to do today, you have to deliver this. Do it. Do it in the best way you can do it, because you're doing it for you, not for your boss, not for your partner. You're doing it for you. You learn how to manage the situation. You grow yourself. You learn for yourself everything and every day, and no matter what age you are. So I think this is the best advice I can give. And once you learn to do things, you are confident, and people around you see this confidence, that
Amazing.
you can manage anything.
Well, words of wisdoms from Mălina Turcuț. Thank you. Really, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Definitely insightful and very inspiring and motivating. I love that. It's extremely full of positivity from beginning to end. That is absolutely what we always need at Entrepreneurs in Tech, because it's all about entrepreneurship and women in tech and in leadership. Again, Mălina, thank you for joining us here at Entrepreneurs in Tech. And for listeners and viewers, follow us on social, stay connected with us. Until next time, keep innovating. And just like Mălina said, it's not easy, but stay focused and be curious and always think outside the box. Thank you and take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for watching. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to share. Innovate presents Entrepreneurs in Tech podcast. And if you're joining us on YouTube, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.